And interest rates are high, right? That's a little terrifying.
I believe the way to overcome that fear is by taking action, reaching out and looking for an mortgage broker.
Someone with appeal?
Yes.
Anything positive happening right now?
They came to me frustrated. They were declined.
The mortgage in general, that's like the tough process for the buyers.
The time to buy is now.
Hey, baby.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this spine-tightening Halloween edition of A&D Market Digest. I'm your host, Nikita Verindup, and tonight we're here to shed light on the uncertainties in the real estate market with our guest, of course, Claudia Email, our partner and broker, and of course, Mike Pearson, Senior Vice President of Business Development. Good afternoon, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. As you can see, it's Halloween spooky season. In the spirit of Halloween, let's dive into the fears of potential home buyers. So why are buyers so spooked of current housing market?
Interest rates are high, right? That's a little terrifying, a little spooky. Inventory is low. Housing prices are up. Taxes are up. Insurance is up. Anything positive happening right now? But we're still seeing purchases happen. People are still getting into homes. So all in all, not so terrifying.
I cannot take the information serious because you guys I love your costumes.
I try to give you a very serious
you guys
answer.
did an amazing job on that. The fear of losing the current interest rate seems too large in buyers' minds. What is the psychology behind this fear and how to help buyers make informed decisions despite this appreciation?
The factors that you just mentioned, low interest rate, high home prices, low inventory, those create, they intimidate, the new buyers. When I get to my clients, my conversation to them is, we're not in a tough market, we're in a different market. I educate them as far as, there's different options out there. There's different type of loans. So I give them transparency, and by educating them.
How about the rates? How the buyers feel about the interest rates today?
How I approach that, I always tell them, we're looking for your dream home, right? You're not gonna live in a rate. I talk to them as far as maybe we could consider a different neighborhood when it comes to high prices, or maybe we could look into a different type of loan, a non-conforming loan, because they're afraid that they cannot afford the payment,
right?
Because of the high interest rate. They want to know, they want to have solutions, and we are the experts, right? So we just have to communicate and let them know what their options are. And a rate, once if they find their home dream, the rate could be refied later.
Even if you're going to go non-QM right now, you always can refinance a little bit later when the rate's going to go down, right?
Exactly.
And meanwhile, you're building equity and building wealth.
Exactly. Stop renting. The time to buy real estate is now.
If you think the rates are high in mortgages, rates 100% in renting, right?
Yeah.
Never building equity.
In Halloween tales, the unknown is often the source of fear. How can real estate professionals demystify the market to reduce the anxiety of potential homebuyers?
Education, education, education. Everything starts with educating the borrowers, educating ourselves on, as Claudia said, lots of new opportunities and programs out there.
Claudia, actually, the next question is going to be to you. So can you share a success story or example maybe of you or maybe your client have triumphed over these fears?
The most recent one, I got these couples, they're newlyweds and first-time home buyers. They came to me frustrated. They were declined from another lender, and they were under contract, so they were panicking. Study their financials, and I switched them to another type of loan, a non-QM, bank statement loan. They not only we closed on time, they had a big deposit in escrow. They were they have a lot of anxiety. But we closed on time, and they secured their home. It was a very, very happy closing. So
I believe when it comes to the closing, the borrowers are the mortgage in general. That's the tough process for the buyers.
There's a ton of paperwork. You talk about unknown, the mortgage process, all the disclosure and not understanding the process. That's a lot of the conversations we have is just walking them through what to expect. You're going to get a lot of papers. You're going to get a lot of information. We'll walk you through it, help you understand it. And the end goal is closing the loan, get through the process, close on your loan, and start building equity.
Get the borrower their dream home, basically.
Yeah, exactly. That's the goal. And they always come with all those fears. I think that the way of like you said, the unknown, but I believe the way to overcome that fear is by taking action. And taking action by reaching out and looking for an mortgage broker, a skilled real estate agent that could team up with a mortgage broker.
Someone with appeal.
Yes. What's the serious, right? Anyhow, but yes, I just think we are not only educators, but we also act in at the psychology point, like the first question you asked. We have to embrace and understand all that pressure that they're having, and just by educating them, as we said, and just taking them by the hand, calling them every day, they feel that support, it will help them alleviate the anxiety.
I'm sure the viewers actually gonna stop renting and finally get their dream home.
Of course, absolutely. Yes, the time to buy is now.
Guys, thank you so much. That was all for today. I'm really glad I enjoyed the costumes. Thank you so much for joining us today.
So we have to go be serious and get back to work now.
Stay tuned as we reveal an upcoming webinar featuring industry experts Phil Treadwell and Chelsea Pietz on creating a mortgage broker brand and dominating social media. Phil, please tell us briefly what attendees can expect to learn during your upcoming webinar with Chelsea Pietz, crafting your mortgage broker brand and dominating social media.
Chelsea and I are going to talk about how to make social media and personal branding relevant to your business, because people pay for solutions to their problems. And if you can't create a strategy on social media that creates the types of attention and adds the value to the groups of people that you're trying to reach, then we're just putting a whole lot of content out there for no reason. So we're going to help create a strategy around this so that people can not only be relevant, but use it to get results.
Branding is critical to a mortgage broker's success. What strategies for defining and refining unique brands identities will you discuss during the webinar?
Building a personal brand. And I'm all about that, but I want to shift people's minds a little bit, because a personal brand should be about the person and not the brand. We don't always need a shtick or a logo or to portray something different than actually who we are, because that's what's going to attract people to us. And if we can put that more online as opposed to just talking about our business, our content's going to be more effective. And then we want to get very intentional with the basic marketing formula that we'll be going over in the webinar of who is my target audience? What's the problem that I solve? And then understanding what's the most effective type of content and effective medium or platform to solve that problem and deliver that value to that audience.
Chelsea Pietz will join you to share her expertise in a landscape as dynamic as social media. Can you tell us about the secrets and tactics for selecting the right social media platforms and optimizing content for maximum impact?
And she's going to go really in depth into the science of social media and understanding why it matters to your business. How can you use the algorithm to create people that can't wait to see your content, to engage in your content? How to structure that content in videos? How do you create content that people want to share with others?
What are the key takeaways attendees can expect from the webinar? How will it equip them to create an authentic brand voice and conquer the competitive digital landscape in the mortgage industry?
One of the biggest takeaways that people are going to have from this webinar is the understanding that when you talk about content and branding and social media, you have to remember that effective marketing is balancing trust and attention. How do we take that expertise, that personality, who you are, your uniqueness, and turn that into content that people want to engage with, and then doing it not only in a relevant way for your business, but you're leveraging these social media platforms and your brand to the fullest potential.
That concludes our Halloween special on A&D Market Digest. We hope you found tonight's insights both enlightening and enchanting. Remember, even in real estate, scary things like high interest rates, low affordability, and limited housing, brokers are your trusted guides through the maze of home buying. Stay updated on all things mortgage related by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Join our community of real estate enthusiasts as we navigate the home ownership journey together. Until next time, happy Halloween!